Yo, what's good, YouTube? So I'm gonna be reacting to this one video. It's about a zombie apocalypse. Have you ever been in a zombie apocalypse? Man, I could only imagine what it would be like. So basically, this quiz is all about there's gonna be like multiple choice answers and whatnot, and I gotta, from just off the dome, pick which answer is the best option for the zombie apocalypse. Let's get right into it.
This is a quiz to find out if you'd survive a zombie apocalypse. Not movie logic, not gamer instincts, actual survival decision making pulled from disaster
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think gamer instincts in general will get you through a zombie apocalypse. Hey, it's a take. It ain't even a hot one.
studies, urban collapse scenarios, and real world psychology. It's 28 questions long. Some of the questions are easy.
28 questions. By the time I'm done with this video, there might be a zombie apocalypse. 28 questions? Oh my gosh. All right, come on.
Most of them are not. For each of the questions, you get 4 options to pick from, and I'll tell you the right answer and explain why the others most likely will get you killed. As we go through the quiz, you should keep track of your score. You get 1 point per correct answer. And at the end, I'll tell you whether or not you'll last. So before we begin, I'm going to give you some context as to this world and also the scenario so that you can make informed choices.
Okay.
So this
Sounds
quiz,
good.
right, this scenario, it uses classic slow-moving zombies. So
Okay.
like classic infection-type zombies with moderate hearing and smell. They have poor eyesight, especially
Poor eyesight.
These zombies will notice if you're loud, if you're fast, or if you're bleeding. In terms of how to defeat them, the zombies don't feel pain. They don't bleed out. The only tried and tested way to destroy them is by destroying the brain. And they don't stop unless you hit a central nervous system, so when you're picking weapons, that's what you're aiming for.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. In reality, like to all the viewers who watch this or don't, because I only get like 5 views per video. If you've ever held a gun, it's harder to shoot than you think. It's not like Call of Duty. It's not like Rainbow Six Siege. It's not just recoil control. The real kickback. You gon' be very frustrated when you shot a zombie 30 times, wasted 2 mags, and they still coming at you. Because you can't shoot them in the head. You can aim at the head, but it's all about the way you hold down the trigger, the part of the trigger that your fingertip is contacting or whatever. Like I'm telling you, like I've shot before and it's not as easy as you think.
In terms of how the virus spreads or how people turn,
the
virus spreads fast. People say it's from bites, maybe blood. It's not airborne as far as we know, but if someone gets it, they turn fast. To give you some context of you live in an urban area with 2 other people, so it's like a medium-sized city, pretty densely populated area with like the infrastructure of what you get in an urban area. So public transport, accessible supermarkets, roads, etc. I hope you took some notes or you remembered those facts because they may or may not be relevant in deciding what you'll do. So again, I'll
I did not take any notes.
Term and then the option.
I'm still surviving
I'll
though.
give you a couple of seconds to pick your answer. I'll tell you the right answer after each question and give you an explanation as to why that's the right answer.
Okay,
Feel
come on.
free, obviously, to pause
I'm gonna try. Oh, I was about to say I'm gonna try to pause the video per question, but never mind.
Get right or wrong,
okay.
Or your final score at the end. And
come
without further ado, let's begin. So you've just confirmed it. It's a zombie outbreak. You live in the 2nd floor apartment in a medium-sized city, and it's the first 10 minutes. What do you do? Option A, leave immediately by car and head towards the countryside. Option B, grab a backpack and head on foot to the nearest supermarket.
No.
Option C, wait a bit, gather information, and then leave before nightfall. Or option D, stay put and begin fortifying your home.
Okay. So if I leave immediately by car and head toward the countryside, more than likely I won't have materials. So I'll get away from the apocalypse, but I ain't gonna have materials for the long run. So A's out of the question. Just instantly grab a backpack and head on foot to the nearest supermarket. We just said we had a car in option A. Why are we on foot to the nearest supermarket? It don't matter. Just drive to the supermarket, right? Of course, it might be crowded. Run on foot out the supermarket with the goods. Like what? C, wait a while, gather info, then leave before nightfall. Wait a while, gather info, then leave before nightfall. Okay? Stay put and begin fortifying your home. D, I will never do D. I'm not going with option D. For this one, I'm gonna have to go with C. Wait a while, gather info, then leave before nightfall. Because if you wait a little bit, you're gonna see how things turn out. For the better or for the worse, I mean, I'm willing to take that chance because now I have information on what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? And then leave before nightfall because, bro, I'm scared of the dark. And zombies in the dark, me not being able to see, but them being able to smell me if I'm bleeding or whatever, or if I'm loud. Yeah, word. C. Come on.
So the correct answer is option D, stay put and begin for.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Are you for real? 0 for 1 already? The first question. 0 for 1? Okay.
Fortifying your home.
Why?
So the reason that this is the right answer is because leaving in the first wave is often one of the riskiest things that you can do.
Okay.
During the first wave of an outbreak, infrastructure breaks down basically instantly. The roads are full of accidents and abandoned cars, emergency services are overwhelmed or completely gone, and if you're in a vehicle, you're likely going to get stuck. And if you're on foot, you're probably going to be exposed. Another reason to stay put is because you have more control at home. You know your layout, your entry points, and what you have at home. You're able to block doors, ration supplies, and also reduce noise. All in all, staying put has fewer variables and more you can control, and there's also just less visibility to the outside world and its threats. Public spaces during this time are basically chaos zones because supermarkets and gas stations are early hotspots for violence, looting, infection spread. The majority of people that early in disaster events do so because they go
she ain't
out
wrong.
that they can grab more supplies. Another reason
But she ain't right either.
Waiting often gives you more information. In the next 12 to 48 hours, you'll learn what's happening, where to go or avoid, and whether there's an organized response. And so people who leave immediately often walk into blind danger. The only exceptions where leaving might be the right choice is if your building is actually compromised, like if there's an infected person inside and there's no way to secure it, or if you have a clear escape plan with pre-packaged supplies and like a safe destination, or if you live somewhere that's completely indefensible. So for example, there's a glass storefront, or you're on the ground floor, or if there's wide entry points. But other than that, the safest thing to do is to stay and fortify and wait. So you've decided to stay put and write up the first.
I have decided to do that.
You've locked the doors,
forcibly. I've decided to do that.
It's a real outbreak. What's the smartest next move?
Wait,
Option
what?
A, start
What was the
moving
question?
heavy furniture to block entry points.
Hold on. Let me read the question. You've decided to stay put and ride out the first wave from your apartment. Okay. You've locked the door, pulled the curtains, and confirmed it's a real outbreak. What's the smartest move next? Smartest next move. Oh my gosh.
Option B, fill bathtubs, sinks, and pots with clean water.
No.
Option C, inventory your kitchen and make a ration plan. Or option D, turn on the news and call your loved ones for updates.
Okay. So this kind of isn't fair because I would do like multiple options in A through D. I would not fill the bathtub, sinks, and pots with clean water. That just, I've never heard that before. That don't even make sense to me. Start moving heavy furniture to block entry points. Yes, I would do that. It's saying smartest next move. I would do all of this at once. Inventory your kitchen and make a ration plan. No, you can save that for later. Oh, I guess. No, you can save the C for later. Turn on the news and call loved ones for updates. All right, for this one, I'm going with A. Start moving heavy furniture to block entry points. I got this one for sure.
The correct answer is option B, fill all possible.
Bro, hey, no, this video gotta be rage bait. This video got to be rage bait. Ain't no way. Bro, what? Oh my gosh. No, that makes no sense. Oh my gosh, whatever, bro.
With clean water. So the reason this is the right answer is because in disaster scenarios, especially when infrastructure is unstable, water is often one of the first systems to fail. City water might stop flowing or become contaminated within hours of an outbreak. And since you're at home and you have a bathtub, bathtubs can act as large reservoirs for washing or flushing, and pots, bottles, and kettles are drinking water reserves. Because the power might cut out at any time, this is definitely the most important thing to do, and you should fill any container while the water pressure is still on. So why are the other options not correct? So option A, if you barricade, this is important, but time-sensitive utilities come first. For option C, ration planning, again, this is smart, but
I'm saying, like with B, right? If you're filling up your bathtub, sinks, and pots with clean water, then boom, zombies start hitting the door down because they're in your apartment. Like, what we talking about? It doesn't even make sense. If zombies are at your door and you don't have the furniture blocking the entry points, you're cooked. You better drink all the water you can, cause you're dead. Like what? Whatever, bro. Come on.
No food is a problem in 3 days, while no water is a problem in the first day. And option D, turning on the news and calling your loved
You
ones.
can
That
live
sounds useful,
3 days
but
without water.
communication noise risks attention,
I'm
and you
pretty
can
sure.
also gather that information after
I don't
securing the
actually know.
basics. Okay, so it's 15 minutes in, containers are full, the pressure is dropping, the power is still on, but it could cut out at any moment. What's the smartest
on.
next?
All right. Containers are full, pressure is dropping, power is still on, but could cut at any moment. What's the smartest next move? Let's see.
Option A, inventory food in order of perishability and set ration sizes. Option
No.
B, stand on the balcony to gauge how many people are on the street. Option C,
No.
drag a bookcase against your front door for extra bracing. Or option D, write a visible note on your front door saying, alive inside, uninfected, in case help comes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not looking at the world when a zombie apocalypse is happening. I'm not looking at the world as a happy-go-lucky place. I'm not telling people that it's alive inside uninfected. They could try to enter and find out what's going to happen to them if they try to enter. But I'm going to go with C. Drag a bookcase against your front door for extra bracing. Come on. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So the correct answer here is option A, inventory and ration.
Okay, I'm 0 for 3. I don't know how many you actually have to I don't know how this works, all right? Like there's how many? 28 questions and I'm 0 for 3. This is not looking good. I might be infected. Hold on.
Food. So the reason that this is important is because a calorie plan prevents panic eating and also using fridge power while you still have.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
A calorie plan.
A calorie plan allows you to ration correctly, eat perishables while you still have fridge power, and prevents panic eating. A zombie apocalypse does not have to happen for people in America to start panic eating. America is very obese as of right now. They panic eat when they are bored. They start panicking that they don't have their phone. They start eating. Look, you can eat anything you want at any moment at any given time, and it does not have to be a zombie apocalypse. This is I don't agree with this. Prevents panic eating? Nah, ain't no way. There's no way. Bruh, nobody's panic eating.
Prevents panic eating and also using fridge power while you still have fridge power. Option B is incorrect because this makes you a visible target. Your silhouette against the sky is bait for both infected people and opportunistic survivors, and it's not worth the risk this early. Option
Okay,
C,
why
bracing the door, is not wrong, but it's slightly premature. You're still going to want flexibility to move between the rooms and also possibly scavenge from your neighbors or adjust sound or light control. And option D, the front door note, this might emotionally feel smart, but ultimately it's a liability. This is because it draws attention to your apartment and it also gives away the fact that someone is alive inside and likely with resources. It also just increases your risk of being targeted by desperate people, and there's no guarantee who reads this note. So you're an hour into the outbreak, the supplies are counted, you share the space with your 2 flatmates. What's the next priority? Option A, establish a silent alert or knock code for movement inside the flat. Option B, cook a large hot meal before the gas or electricity dies. Option C, assign one person to sit by the peephole and watch the hallway. Or option D, start binge charging every device you own.
Okay, start binge charging every device you own. This is a hard one. No, I'm lying. I'm going with C. We need a lookout. Two people can do everything while one is a lookout for sure. Come on, there's 3 people total. If one's a lookout, y'all will know what's coming before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with C.
So the correct option is option A, to have a silent alert system.
Yo,
the reason this is the right-
yo. Nah, I'm not going. Okay. I don't know where she got her evidence from, but I'm not saying she's wrong. But I'm not like I'm over 4. It I it doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me hear what she has to say.
The answer is because having discipline in how you communicate can stop accidental shouting, accidental noise, and door opens later. Hot food and device charging matters, but all of these other things can wait until rules against loud mistakes, which are potentially fatal mistakes, are put in place. Okay, so you're now 2 hours into the outbreak. Communications are set and it's still quiet outside. What do you do next? Option A, pick one windowless interior room as the fallback or the sleep space. Option B, clear the hallway outside your unit of any loose objects. Option C, start
What? No.
boiling tap water to sterilize it while power remains. Or option D,
No.
spread your stored water containers across different rooms in case of a breach.
So communications are set. It's still quiet outside. What's the sensible next action? Select one windowless interior room as the fallback / sleep space. Okay, for this one, it's between A and D. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm willing to take the chance and have one room as the fallback / sleep space. So I'm going with option A. She could say option D, but I'm going with option A.
So the correct option here is option A, designate a fallback room. So the
Come on! I'm telling you. Finally, she actually makes sense. She actually makes sense for once. My goodness. That's what I'm talking about. She may survive. I know I am.
reason this is the right answer is because if the outer flat is breached, you need a last line of defense already chosen. So this
Facts.
is about prioritizing worst case
Facts.
preparedness before it's too late. By the 2-hour mark, we're assuming you've already secured water, you've already locked down and you've gone dark, and also the initial chaos has passed, but stability is still fragile. So option B, clearing the hallway of loose objects, is a good idea, but it's not really worth the risk of sound unless there's an active threat outside. Option C, boiling the water, sounds smart, but you've already filled containers at this point, and the tap water is still running, so it's not yet unsafe. The power right now might stay on for hours, or it might just cut suddenly, but even then, you can boil the water from the fallback room later. Boiling it right now just creates unnecessary heat, noise, and smell, which are all signals that you want to prevent early on. And finally, D, spreading the water containers around the room. This is like a good idea, but it's minor optimization. Obviously, if you're breached, you don't want all of your water in one place, but again, if you're breached that badly, the whole flat is essentially compromised. And the fallback room should already have its own mini storage. Okay, so you've made it to the end of day 1. The barricades, water, food, signals, safe room, and hygiene are all handled. What should you do to finish the day? Option 1, stay
Day
awake
1.
all night in rotating 2-hour guard shifts. Option B, start a small cooking fire on the balcony to reduce indoor smells. Option C, signal from a window in Morse code that survivors are inside.
Not C.
Or option D, mentally map a 10 to 14 day isolation timeline and nightly routine.
Okay, I'm between A and D. Stay awake all night in rotating 2-hour guard shifts. Or mentally map a 10 to 14 day isolation timeline and nightly routine. B and C are not it. Not gonna lie to you. B and C are not it. I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna go with A. We need to be on the lookout.
So the correct answer here is option D, build the timeline.
Right.
So the reason that this is the right answer is because this sets psychological expectations and also ration discipline. Setting fires, making signals, or having exhausting all-night watches just create risk.
I am 1 for 6, by the way.
Survival.
That
So it's now
I'm
been
still
48
surviving though.
hours since
Like,
the beginning of the
what are
outbreak.
we saying?
You've not heard any sirens, no screams, no gunfire, just silence.
That's actually
You
scary.
crack a window and you listen, and movement sounds faint and far away. What do you do now? Option A, slide open the window a few more inches for ventilation because the air inside is stale. Option B, scan the street from behind the curtain for movement or patterns. Option C, step briefly onto your balcony and confirm how many bodies you can see.
No, not C.
Or option D, knock on the ceiling to check if the neighbors
Not D
upstairs
either.
are still alive.
Like what? Option A. Option A. Option A. No,
So the
option
correct
B.
answer
Option
here is
B.
Option B.
Come
scan the
on!
street discreetly.
Come
So
on.
the reason that this is correct is because in the 48-hour period, this phase is about information without exposure. If you're looking
Okay.
quietly through a covered window, this can give you insight into movement without sound or silhouette. Opening a window or stepping outside
I
creates
agree fully.
unnecessary noise and profile.
That's true.
And knocking is an even worse idea because you don't know who's alive or what they'd do if they heard you. You
That
suspect
is
that the
true.
apartment across the hall is abandoned. The door is cracked. What do you do? Option A, enter quietly and search it for supplies.
Maybe.
Option B, close and secure the door from the outside to prevent risk later. Option C, leave it untouched. Or option D, knock once, wait, and then cautiously enter with your knife drawn.
Okay. D sounds crazy. Like you are being mad aggressive. Why are we pushing? We need to chill out. But they could have supplies. And I'm not gonna lie, you need supplies. So we're not gonna leave it untouched. We're not gonna go ahead and aggro push in option D. Close and secure door from the outside to prevent risk later. We might just close and secure the door from the outside to prevent risk later. That's our first move. Because we know it's good. So yeah, option B. Come on.
So the correct
hear it.
answer here is option A, enter quietly and search.
Nah,
so
yeah.
the reason this is the right answer is because at this point,
Bro, like-
controlled scout
Yo, how? What? Like I'm trying to survive here. We know that it's clear. We know it's clear in that room. We'll keep it for later on. Actually, you know what? Bro, whatever.
scavenging
Come on.
is strategic. If a room is clearly empty, it's better that you take its resources before someone clearly more desperate does. Avoiding
Yeah, that's
all
true.
unknowns
Whatever.
also isn't
Come on.
sustainable long term. Don't knock, don't announce, don't waste the opportunity. At night, you hear footsteps and whispering outside your apartment door. It's clearly human. What do you do?
Yo,
Option A, stay
that's
completely
mad
silent.
scary.
Don't move, don't make noise. Option B, whisper to your group to grab weapons in case they come in.
No.
Option C, make a deliberate sound to show that you're at home. and
No.
You're not worth breaking in.
I'm going for
Or
option A so
D,
far.
Wait for them to move on, and then open the door quietly to check.
No, I'm not doing that. Option A. Option A. Option A. Come on,
So
option
the
A.
correct answer here is option A.
Yeah,
stay silent.
yeah.
So the reason
That
that
makes
this is the right
sense.
answer is because this isn't the time to act.
True,
Silence
true.
is your defense. If they're looters, they'll avoid resistance, and if they're panicking, noise can make them choose your door. If they're infected, sound draws them. You only move if they try to enter, and even then,
Mm-hmm.
you don't speak. Your flatmate whispers too loudly during a routine water check,
Oh
and you
my
hear a
God.
muffled groan from somewhere in the hallway a few minutes later.
Ooh.
What do you do? Option A, take a position at the door with a weapon in case someone comes through.
No.
Option
Go
B,
back to the
quietly
fallback room.
relocate
Come on,
the
I'm
door to
telling
the
you.
fallback room and lock the
B.
door.
It's
Option
B.
C, tell
It's
them to
B.
stay put and go investigate alone while it's quiet.
What?
Or option D, whisper sharply at them, telling them to shut up and listen.
Option B. Option B. Like, I called that. I knew one of the options were going to be the fallback room.
So the correct answer is option B, relocate to the fallout room. So the reason this is the right answer is because containment is the protocol here. Fallback
That makes
spaces
sense.
exist for this reason. You don't split up, you don't go hunting, and you don't escalate anything. This is defensive discipline. Move to the stronghold and listen.
Oh.
If nothing happens, then you wait. And if something breaches, you're ready. You overhear a broadcast on a still working radio. Evacuation might be happening 6 miles away at an old stadium, but
Okay.
you don't have any further details, and
No
there's also
details, no schedule.
What do you do? Option A,
Oof.
immediately pack and leave while the streets are quiet. Option B, wait
Mm.
24 hours to gather more information or listen for updates. Option C, prepare a bag and scout the route before committing. Or option D, ignore it.
Option B? Option B, I guess?
So
Like,
the correct
I don't
answer
know.
here is option C, which is prepare to move, but don't move just yet. So the reason this
Prepare
is the
to
right answer
move,
is
but-
because if
ah,
you leave
okay,
now,
okay.
you risk walking into chaos or nothing at all. But ignoring it completely is also a gamble. The right call here is controlled contingency. You should prep a bag, watch for signals, and then assess the route. Okay, so you've gathered your bag, and now you have to choose one weapon to take when fleeing the apartment. What's the
one
smartest
weapon?
route?
Oh, come on.
Option A is a long crowbar. Option B,
That
a
could be
short
nice.
machete. Option C is a steel baseball bat. Or option D, a cordless drill.
I'm gonna take the baseball bat. I'm taking the baseball bat, blunt force, crossbar,
So the correct
crossbar.
answer here is option A, the long crowbar. So the reason this is the right answer is because this is the weapon that you're gonna grab before leaving your apartment.
Okay.
So the weapon choice here needs to factor
Why
in
does it
number
matter? I
one,
got me
how
and two
lethal it is
flatmates. Like,
against zombies,
we can-
especially skull trauma. Number two, utility in the field. So how it works against doors, fences, or breaking
yeah.
into places. Number three,
That's true.
durability and portability. You want a weapon that won't break and it won't slow you down. And number four, ease of use under stress, so no skill or precision needed. The reason the crowbar is the best choice is because it delivers focused and dense impact, which is ideal for cracking skulls. It also
Dang.
functions as a multi-tool, so it can open doors, pry fences, break windows.
That's
There's
true,
no
that's
edge
true,
to
though.
maintain, there's no power required, and it's nearly indestructible. And basically, it works in both combat and escape. All in all, it's the most versatile survival tool that you can carry. The machete was a viable option, but it's risky. It's good in the sense that it's fast and it's light, and it's good for clearing brush or like cutting rope, but it's not really designed for hard impact because it can slice through soft tissue, but it might get stuck in bone. And remember from the beginning of this
Dang.
video, I told you that in order to defeat a
I wasn't
zombie,
gonna
you
know
have
that.
to aim for its brain. And in order
Yeah,
to get to the
that's true.
brain, you have to go through the skull.
Ugh.
And a machete can get stuck in a skull or in the bone of its neck if you're trying to cut its head off. The baseball bat also looks like it could be a really good idea, but it's
Yeah.
probably going to perform poorly.
That's what I
The
thought.
reason for this is because it's unnecessarily heavy, it's tiring to swing, and also
a
there's
crowbar
no
ain't-
extra function besides the intimidation.
I understand the crowbar pick
Bats
though.
also
Makes
often
sense.
glance off of bone, so it's actually not great for cracking skulls, especially if you're swinging at a bad angle. And the cordless drill is wrong because this might sound like a really good idea, but drills are not going to be lethal unless it's precisely placed. It's also going to require two hands, close contact, and also, most importantly, electricity and battery power. And once it's dead, it's useless, and there's no extra utility or intimidation value to it. You now go into your kitchen for a secondary weapon. Which of these gives you the best chance of stopping a zombie in close combat? Option A,
Let's
a
see.
chef's knife. Option B,
No.
a wooden rolling pin. Option
No.
C, a butcher's cleaver.
It's gonna say a
or
frying
option
pan.
D, a screwdriver.
Okay, I'm gonna choose a screwdriver. I'm going to choose a screwdriver. Through the eye, boom, straight to the
correct
brain.
answer here is option C, a butcher's cleaver. So the reason this is the right answer is because
Bruh.
the cleaver has the mass and blade thickness to damage a skull with short range strikes. The chef's knife is most likely going to be too thin and it risks snapping or getting stuck. And the rolling
Okay.
pin, it feels like a bat, but it's probably too light to do real damage. And as I said with the bat, most likely it'll bounce or glance off bone. The screwdriver here could be good because it could puncture, but it'll probably only go through soft points and you need perfect aim under pressure. Therefore, it's
I
not the
have
best
perfect
option. So
aim.
you've packed our small bag.
I
and a
have
local
perfect aim,
broadcast
like,
says that evacuation
what are we
teams are moving
saying?
towards a nearby stadium within the next 48 hours. What
Okay.
time of day do you plan to move? Option A, leave just before dawn. Option B, leave in the middle of the day. Option C, leave after dark. Or option D, leave right away.
Leave just before dawn. I'm trying to have a full day. Dawn is like when the sun's coming
So
up,
the
right?
correct answer here is option A,
Yeah,
leave just
yep.
before dawn. So the reason
makes
this is the right
sense.
answer is because leaving
Makes
right before
sense.
sunrise gives you both enough light to navigate without drawing too much attention, while most threats, either human or zombie, are less alert. Night travel is not a good idea because it increases the risk of tripping, noise, or panic.
Yeah,
and broad
mainly
daylight also
noise.
makes
You
way
don't
too
know what you're
visible.
stepping on.
So you've exited your apartment and you're making your way towards the stadium. Before seeing any zombies, you spot a group of 3 scavengers near a parked car.
Okay.
One is searching the trunk, another is standing lookout, and the third is carrying a pipe. They haven't
What the
noticed you
heck?
yet. What do you do? Option A, approach calmly and ask if they've seen safe zones.
I'm not
Option
doing that.
B, stay low and observe from a distance before deciding. Option C,
So far it's
circle
B.
wide and avoid contact entirely.
No.
Or option D, follow them quietly to see where they're heading.
Honestly, B. I'm doing B. That's I gotta see what how they acting, what kind of mentality they
So the
have.
correct answer here is option C, avoid contact entirely.
Oh, okay.
So the reason this is the right answer is because a wide detour keeps your location,
You got a lot of
your
reasons why your
supplies,
answers are
and
right.
your intentions secret. Early survival states that
You must
stealth
have,
is
taken
more
a while
important
to
than
make this
alliance
video.
building. Option A, approaching calmly, is not the right answer because in early outbreaks, strangers are often scared and hyper-reactive.
Yeah,
There's
that's
also
true.
no trust networks established yet, so it's more likely that they'll escalate or become violent or betray you. Option B, watching from a distance, gives you intel, but it burns time and
Intel.
it also risks you being spotted if they
Oh,
sweep
I
their
guess that's true.
surroundings.
Yeah.
And if they see you first, you lose initiative. Option D, following them, is also not the best answer because stalking unknown people is risky and you could walk into their
Bro,
base or
stalking in
another
general,
group.
like,
There's
what
no
are you
true
doing?
incentive to doing this early
Just
on,
go about
and
your
if
business.
you're caught, you're seen as a threat or a potential ambusher. So on your route, you end up crossing rooftops using ladders and fire escapes.
Okay.
On the next rooftop, you see a zombie standing on the far ledge. It's facing away and it hasn't noticed you yet. You need to cross that roof to reach the ladder. What do you do?
I'm drop
Option
kicking
A,
the zombie
move
off the
slowly
ledge.
across the rooftop, hugging the wall and staying silent.
No.
Option B, throw a bottle into the street below and lure it off the edge. Option C, try and
If that
sneak
works,
up
then
and
yeah,
attack
B.
it with your crowbar. Or option D, wait for it to wander off before attempting the crossing.
Nah, B. I'm doing B. I didn't know B was an option. I didn't know like how stupid these zombies are, but yeah, B.
So the correct answer here is option A, move silently across. So the reason
Bro,
this is the right
like,
answer is
I'm
because
trying to
at
get through this
point, the
video.
zombie hasn't seen you
Okay,
yet.
like,
You're
yo.
not blocked and you don't need to engage. Stealth here minimizes all risk.
Right.
Option B, throwing a bottle, could work if you were on
Okay.
the ground, but since you're on a rooftop, sound travels unpredictably and also it could just alert more zombies below. Sneaking up to attack it is also not necessary since it hasn't noticed you yet, and it also puts you in close quarters with no backup plan. Option D is potentially a good idea, but waiting could take forever and it wastes daylight while giving up control. You're cutting through a narrow alley, and about 30 feet ahead, you see a zombie. It hasn't noticed you yet, but it's directly between you and the exit. There's an
Okay.
open side door to your left, a dumpster you could climb, and also a loose pipe on the ground nearby. What do you do? Option A, pick up the pipe and confront it before it gets closer. Option B, go into the side door and barricade it behind you to wait for a better moment. Option C, climb the dumpster, toss a small object away, and misdirect the zombie away from the exit. Or option D, dash past the zombie now while there's still distance.
D. No. I'm going with C. I'm going with C. I'm going with C. Climb that dumpster.
So the correct answer here is option C,
Yeah.
use
Come on.
elevation and misdirection.
Come on.
So the reason this is the right answer is because it has the best combination of both control of the situation and also momentum. Here, you're staying away from the action and you preserve your forward route, but you also don't trigger aggression. And you might be wondering now why a sound distraction is the correct answer in the alleyway, while on the previous rooftop question, I said that sound is unpredictable. This is because in the alleyway, you're in a contained space. So there's tight walls and there's short distance, and you can also see the zombie and it hasn't seen you yet. So here you're actually able to direct noise without just hoping that the zombie will react like in the previous question. And you have immediate visual feedback on how the zombie responds. And most importantly, you have escape options such as a dumpster, side door, or a fallback path. Essentially, sound is a good tool here because it's in a space that's controlled, tight, and you can control. Sound is dangerous on a rooftop in the previous question because that's a high exposure space because rooftops offer no cover. You can't see what's in
I wouldn't
surrounding
go on the
buildings or
rooftop,
below
personally.
you, and a thrown
I would try
bottle
to
creates echoes, which could travel downward and it could trigger
go
zombies
like
or other
lower
people
to the
on
floor.
street
I'm
or
not
in
gonna
nearby
lie. I don't
buildings.
like heights.
Option A, fighting the zombie, is not the right answer.
I'm telling you right now, if I was on the rooftop, my legs they start shaking. Pause. But I'm telling you, I do not like heights. That is not something I like.
Because this is still too risky. You don't know if there are other zombies nearby or what's behind the zombie, and weapon or not, confrontation when you don't need to is high failure rate unless you're cornered. Option B, going to the side door and hiding, is a valid survival option, but you're now stuck in a closed building with its own unknowns inside. There's also no guarantee that the zombie will ever move on. So this option isn't wrong, but it's also not the best option. And option D, sprinting past, is also risky, because one wrong move and you
Like,
could get grabbed.
I would love to put my input in, but like I feel like she's just saying everything. I'm at this point I'm just watching the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
Option B, cross to the other side and keep walking without making eye contact. Option C, turn back and take a longer route. Or option D, make brief eye contact and nod, and then keep moving.
Make brief eye contact and nod, then keep it moving. Like that. Come
The
on.
correct answer here is option D. Brief
Come
eye contact
on.
and keep moving.
Right.
So
Yo,
the
what's
reason this is
good?
the right answer is because you need to acknowledge
You know what I'm saying?
this person without becoming a variable. Making eye contact shows your confidence, and the nod signals peace.
True,
Option
true.
B or C,
Or you could just
ignoring
hang
or
with the-
avoiding them entirely, could be read as weakness.
Come in peace.
And option A of approaching them is risky. You don't know their intentions or what they've lost. While climbing a fence, you slice your palm open on exposed
Oh
metal.
dang.
It's not deep, but it's bleeding.
You're cooked.
What do
You're
you do?
cooked.
Option
You're
A,
infected.
cover it quickly with whatever cloth you have. Option B, wash
maybe.
and disinfect it before sealing it up.
If we have
Option C,
disinfectant,
ignore
yeah.
it because it's too small to matter.
No.
Or
No.
option D, wrap it in plastic to keep the blood from dripping.
B. B. Wash and disinfect it before
So the
sealing
correct
it up.
answer here is option B, clean and
Yeah.
disinfect it. So the reason that this is the right answer
If
is
you
because
get
any open
zombie
wound
goo
is
on you,
potentially an
you're
infection point,
cooked.
especially if you're touching surfaces or dead bodies. Every small
True.
cut matters in an unsanitary environment. Ensure you're
True.
protecting yourself from both regular and zombie-related infections. You find gasoline and a lighter in an abandoned garage. Do you rig a Molotov cocktail for zombie defense? Option A, yes, because it's an explosive distraction and it destroys the zombie on contact. Option B, yes, but only as a last resort. Option C, no, because fire spreads unpredictably and it draws attention. Or option D, no, it's better saved for sterilizing tools.
For this one, I'm not really too sure. Like, look, off the bat, I would want a Molotov. Like, that could kill a whole group of zombies, and you ain't even got to get close to them. But it would draw attention. But I mean, you need as many supplies as you can in this like sort of situation. So I'm gonna go with yes, but only as a last resort. Oh, okay. C. Wait, hold on. Randomly C knows fire spreads unpredictably and draws attention. It doesn't. The fire only goes as much as the gasoline is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? But all right, see, whatever. I'm not reading this. I'm not reading. I'm so sorry. Y'all can read it if y'all want. Okay.
Door, taking
Oh, hold
shelter
on.
in the back room of a corner shop when your route was blocked. It's a small space with one door, no
Okay.
windows, and a zombie has just stumbled in from the front. Inside
Oh
this
my
room with
gosh.
you are a metal drawer, a kitchen
Okay.
knife,
Okay.
duct tape, and a narrow closet with slatted wooden doors. You have seconds to react. What do you do? Option A, tape the knife to a broken broom handle and prepare to fight. Option B, hide silently in the closet and hope it passes. Option C, climb onto the metal drawer and
Not gonna lie, first thing that I thought of doing when I heard a kitchen knife and duct tape is doing that same thing in World War Z where he duct taped his arm, and then I would just let the zombie bite my arm, and then boom. That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I thought at first. But hey, I don't know.
prepare to strike from
Let's go
above.
with
Or
hide
option
silently
B,
in the
make
closet
noise to lure the zombie
and be a
fully in and then try
and
and
hope
slip
it
behind and
passes.
escape.
Let's go with that. B.
So the correct answer here is option C, use elevation and timing. So the reason this is the right answer is because standing on the drawer gives you both height, force, and also angle to strike the zombie.
Yeah, that's
As
true.
established before, these zombies are slow moving, so if you wait for it to enter and then drive a downward strike where it counts, this is probably your best bet. Option A, make
Yo, the confidence she's saying this script, bruh, imagine like actually being in a zombie apocalypse. You think she gonna be able to survive? Put in the comments. You think she's surviving a zombie apocalypse with the information she researched on this subject? Let me know.
making the DIY spear is not a good idea because makeshift spears often are not going to hold up in real pressure. A taped knife is unstable, and if you have one shot to pierce its skull, it's most likely not going to come from a very panicked jab. Option B, hiding in the closet, is normally a good idea, but again, this closet has slatted doors and the room is too small. If the zombie even hears a breath or brushes against the door, you're trapped inside with no escape. And option D, luring the zombie in and slipping past, could work in a bigger space, but not here. As mentioned, it's a small room and you can't circle one in a small room and you have no idea what's waiting outside. So you've just successfully fought the zombie off at close range. You're unbitten, but it's blood splattered on your mouth and your hands. What do you do first?
Bro, aren't
Option
you cooked?
A, wipe yourself down with a towel or cloth. Option B, rinse with soap and water immediately. Option C, disinfect your skin with hand sanitizer. Or option D, wait and see if symptoms appear.
Rinse with soap and water immediately, like I guess.
So the correct answer here is option B, rinse
Oh,
with
come
soap
on.
and water. The reason this is the right answer
Come
is
on.
because if the virus spreads through blood, then you have to treat it like a biohazard. Soap and water removes infectious material better than alcohol. And sanitizer can't neutralize
know
any
that.
contamination in the eyes or the mouth. Speed matters here, so waiting to see if symptoms appear is also a terrible idea. So by this point, all of your clean water is gone. You find a puddle of murky water next to a corpse that's
Ooh.
clearly been mauled by zombies.
Yeah.
What do? Option A, boil the water because heat
Nah.
kills everything. Option
Does
B,
it?
filter the water with cloth and then boil it. Option C, avoid it unless you have proper filtration. Or option D, dilute it with cleaner water and hope it's safe.
Okay. If you guys are choosing option D, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care what you do. I'm kicking you out the group. You're not my flatmate anymore. If you choose option D, you're cooked. Done. You're out the group. So for this one, I'm gonna go with filter it with cloth, then boil it. Cause I'm thirsty. I need some water. And filtering it with cloth will actually get rid of all the like big materials within the water, and then boiling it will get all the microorganisms or bacteria, whatever.
So the correct answer here is option C, avoid it without proper filtration. So the reason this is the right answer is because while boiling is effective against bacteria,
okay.
it's not effective against all viral agents or chemical contaminants. And you don't know enough about zombie blood to know if it contains persistent infection particles. Option B, filtering with the cloth and then boiling, is also a bad idea because filtering only removes debris but not pathogens. You're inside a store with broken glass on the floor. A group of
Okay.
4 zombies wanders in from a side entrance. They haven't noticed you yet, and you're crouched behind the checkout counter. What do? Option A, crawl quietly against the back wall to the emergency
Throw
exit.
an
Option
object
B, stay
somewhere.
completely still until they pass, even if it takes hours.
Not doing
Option
that.
C, throw a metal object to the far
There,
corner and
yes.
sneak out the front.
C,
Or option
yes.
D, try and separate one from the group and take it down.
No. What? C. C. It is C.
So the correct answer here is option C,
Yeah.
use noise tactically. The reason this is the right answer is because zombies react to sound, and you don't want them investigating your section of the store. Throwing an object quietly obviously creates false noise distraction, and it also gives you a chance to exit. Option B, waiting, was a valid answer, but it's a gamble on your time. And
True.
option A is a bad idea because if you can remember from the scenario, there's glass on the floor, and crawling on glass is just risk. Option D,
That's wild.
engaging one, is dumb. You should probably know that by now. You should always avoid confrontation if possible, and remember there's a group of zombies. Other ones will hear. So you continue making your way to the stadium. You're almost there. When
Okay.
you're 2 blocks away from your destination, you realize that someone is quietly following you at a distance.
Okay.
They haven't called out yet. What do? Option A, call them out and ask them to identify themselves. Option B,
No.
pick up your
Too
pace,
much noise.
make several turns to test if they're tracking you. Option C,
No.
stop
Now I'm playing with
abruptly
them?
and wait for
Like,
them
are we
to
playing
catch you
tag?
so you can confront them. Or option D, turn around and start walking towards them to intimidate them.
No. I'm going with option C.
So the correct answer is option B, change your pace and test if they're following you. The reason this is the right answer
Well,
is because
why
if someone's
are
following you
we-
silently, you should never confront them directly. Change your pace and take sharp turns, and if they match you, it's deliberate. Once you establish they are in fact following you, then you can break the line of sight and change direction. Talking to them or walking towards them gives them control, and you need options here that minimize risk. So you've just changed pace and you've made several sharp turns, and they match every move. So now
Okay.
you know they're deliberately following you. You're still 2 blocks away from your destination.
Yeah, because you just
What
made
do you do?
turns.
Option A,
You are now 2 blocks from your destination instead of 1 block away because you were making all them damn turns. It doesn't make sense. That made no sense to me. Like, oh my gosh.
duck into
Go,
a
Brad.
building, break the line of sight, and then exit via a back route. Option B,
No.
run the final 2 blocks to lose them and reach the evacuation
Yes,
point as fast as
yes.
you can.
Exactly.
Option C, hide in a shadowed spot and ambush them when they pass.
Hide in a shadowed spot and ambush them when they pass. Why did it turn from a zombie apocalypse to an assassination? What are we doing? We are not playing Hitman 47. Oh my gosh. Somebody's definitely picking that for sure.
Or option D, shout at them that you know they're following and threaten them to back off.
No, it's B. This gotta be B.
So the right answer
2
is option
blocks.
A, break the line of sight and exit.
But ain't no way. Ain't no way. Duck into a building, break line of sight, and exit via a back route? What? That makes no sense. That doesn't make sense, bro. Like, maybe I'm tripping, but I know my body. If I'm running the final 2 blocks, best believe they ain't catching up. That, oh my gosh. And even if you're running to the evac point, then even if, they see, they're hawking you down, fuck it, like, we both gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And if you're trying to harm me, then, all right, I got that butcher knife and I got a crowbar. You know what I'm saying? Then it's just, I mean, for some reason you want to harm me before getting to the evac point, then they gonna see blood on you and on your clothing, then they ain't even gonna let you in. You know what I'm saying? Well, you could lie, but still, like, what? Nobody catching me in that 2 block run though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody
Exit from
catching me.
another route. So the reason this is the right answer is because breaking the line of sight is power here. Once this person
Okay.
can't see you, you regain tactical control of the situation. Entering a building also gives you many alternate exits, angles, and barriers. And most people that are following you don't expect sudden lateral movement. Most likely, they're watching you for forward momentum. And if you break the line of sight, you now have options to either double back, wait it out, or have a more controlled confrontation on your own terms. Option B, running to the evacuation point, is a bad idea because it shows desperation. And more importantly, you're going to lead them to
Yeah,
your
I'm
only
desperate.
safe haven and
Who is not desperate? If we know the evac point is right there 2 blocks away, bro, who would not be desperate to get to there? Like, it.
potentially compromise it. Option C, ambushing them, is also a bad idea because even if you win, you risk injury or noise. And you don't know
Yeah,
anything
that's
about this
true.
person, so it's very unlikely that you're going to control the fight. Option D, threatening them out loud, is
Whoa.
also a bad.
Wait, who is she speaking to? Saying you don't know the person, so it's less likely you can control the fight. Yo, she ain't speaking to me. Yo, out of desperation, I'm winning that fight. Even if I do get injured, like, what are we talking about? Yo, she wild.
Bad idea because aggressive posturing only works if you have leverage in the situation. Otherwise, you're escalating a situation where that person might feel cornered or it provokes violence. So you've successfully evaded this person and you're now 1 block away from the evacuation zone.
Okay.
A lone zombie is blocking the gate entrance. It's slow, but it's fully alert and squarely in your path. You have
Okay.
a crowbar, a flashlight, a water bottle, and a cracked riot shield that you found earlier.
A
What do
cracked
you do?
riot
Option
shield?
A, use the riot shield to push it aside and run past. Option B,
I don't know.
blind the
That's
zombie
too
with a
close.
flashlight and strike it over the head with a crowbar. Option C, wait for
Is
another
it-
person
I
to
thought
draw
they
its
had poor
attention
eyesight.
and then move. Or option D, throw your water bottle to the far side of the street and then rush through.
Yeah, D. We'll go with D. Knowing her, she gonna pick
So
D.
the correct answer here is option A, push through with.
Yo, like, it doesn't make sense. You want us to use misdirection of noise for a lot of these situations, a lot of these questions, and then you hit us with use the riot shield to push it aside and run past, showing how desperate you are. The desperation. What happened to the desperation in the last question when you were like, oh, running to 2 blocks is gonna show desperation? Now we're desperate, and now somehow we have a riot shield from the last question to this one. Like, what? What are we saying?
The
Bruh, go.
shield. So the reason this is the right answer is because bypassing is always smarter if you have the option. And here, disabling the zombie is not necessary. A riot shield gives you both force and direction.
Okay.
Option B, fighting the zombie, again, risks too much noise and injury, and you're this close to the destination. Combat is unnecessary here if you have the option to redirect and move on. For your best chance of survival, you should always avoid fights unless they're absolutely required. Option C, waiting it out, and option D, throwing the bottle, are not good because the zombie's already seen you, so it's unlikely that waiting it out or distracting it will
It
be
said
very
you see
effective.
me?
So you
Oh.
successfully bypass the zombie and you finally arrive at the evacuation site. It's
Okay.
surrounded by high fencing, guards, and you can see a panicked looking crowd nearby. You
Oof.
accidentally dropped your crowbar during the encounter earlier, and so now you're unarmed. What's the
Okay.
most strategic way to approach? Option A, push through the crowd because urgency signals that you need help. Option B, wait nearby and watch how the guards treat incoming people. Option C, call out from a distance and raise your arms.
No.
Or option D,
B. I'm
walk
going with B.
directly
I'm
to
going
the
with B.
guards, show your hands, and stay silent.
I'm going with B. I don't trust I
So the
don't
correct
trust
answer
these
here is
people.
option B, observe before
Yeah.
approaching. So the reason this is the right answer is because evacuation zones are often unstable.
Mhm.
You don't know if the guards are armed or overwhelmed. Option
true.
A, pushing in, could get you mistaken for a threat, and option C draws attention to you, again without you having further context. Option D, walking up silently, can also be seen as evasive or again potentially confrontational. The safest thing to do is still to watch protocol and then mimic it calmly. So that wraps up the last of the questions, and hopefully you made it. So count up how many of the answers you got correct.
I
You
got
should
like
now have a score out of
10
28.
correct.
So now I'll tell you what your
8.
score
I got
means
8
and
correct,
whether or not
maybe.
you would have survived the zombie
8.
apocalypse. So if you scored between 26 and 28, you would have survived. You're calm under pressure, you're tactically sharp, you're rare, and you're
Even if I got 10,
most
I'm
likely
dead.
you would have lasted months into this outbreak, maybe even years. And you're the kind of person that other survivors want to follow. If you scored between 22 and 25, then you most likely survived the initial outbreak and you navigated long-term danger pretty well. You made some mistakes here and there, but luckily it was nothing fatal. With a good group, you're likely to survive. If you scored between 17 and 21, you'd likely scrape through the first wave, but stumble very often. You probably wasted unnecessary energy and you took unnecessary shortcuts. Survival for you is possible, but you'd need luck and good alliances. If you score between 12 and 16, your chances are unlikely. You're likely a liability to your group, you burn through supplies, you draw noise, and you probably also injure yourself. Unfortunately for you, surviving past the first few weeks is unlikely. And finally, if you got 0 to 11, then you're a casualty on day 1.
Bruh,
you probably wouldn't
that
make
is
it
not
through 24 hours,
true.
maybe not even the first hour. Most likely,
I'm
you'll be one
blocking
of
the
the first bitten
doorways and
also
not making
first remembered
noise
in
and
the
having a
what not
fallback
to do
room.
in survival briefings.
I'm surviving
Thank you
more
for
than a
watching this
day.
video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a bit of a
Man,
different
whatever,
video
bro.
from you, so comment below
Hey,
if you liked.
if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and hey, more reaction vids in the future. All right, peace.